Hello computers, and today we're doing episode 34 of F1 Fan vs World, me, F1 Man, and today we're heading to the Silverstone National Circuit, Grand Prix Circuit actually, with some pickup trucks, yeah. I'm in the Tacoma X-Run here, sitting here with the spoiler, LSS in the bright orange Ford SVT F150, and there is an Audi R8 thing, an R8 LMS Ultra thing, but he quickly runs off the track, then decides to disconnect himself, so that's all good. Solar Surf gets it a bit wrong through that corner. Let's run back onto the track a bit. As we come down through Brooklands, the Surf gets it a bit wrong there, runs a bit wide, not used to the car's heavy weight that is present. So yeah, that's all good for me, as I take the lead in my spoilered pickup truck. Take a nice wide line through there, coming down the start finish straight of the old track, come around Cops, take it a bit nicely, yeah, give a bit of oversteer there, but head back out. Lasser's got a good run on me there, coming through into Maggots and Beckett's. He's making a brave move down there, made a dive, but he can't hold it, so technically he should give the position back, and he probably screws up, so I give the position back. There you go. Just planting around the outside. Chapel. That is Chapel. I never remember this, but I think it's Chapel. The one on the exit. Coming down the hangar straight towards Cops. Not Cops. Towards Stove. The Stove takes much, but takes a good move around the outside there. He's done a Mansell on me. As break down into the newer section of the track. Well, I'm trying to hold him around the outside, but I can't quite do it, as this corner's flat and I get a bit of oversteer there. Actually, quite a lot of oversteer actually there, didn't realise that. It's very dark actually, this race. Didn't realise that quite, otherwise I'd have made it later. Oh well. So the Surf has the lead coming down into second corner. I've made a brave move down at the inside. It's not really brave, but still, he holds it for the inside line on the next corner, but I get the cut back. I'll probably make up the position again as we come around the fast flowing corner down onto the Wellington Straight, I believe. I'm not too sure now. But also gets the lead back as I oversteer a bit, make a dive down into the inside, down into Brooklands. Looks like I could hold it, but he's held the outside line, but and I can't quite get there. Gets a bit of an oversteer, I give him a bit of a tap, and he's flung off the track. So I slow down a bit, because that could have been my fault, but it might not have been, so better safe than sorry, as I'm right up the back end of his car. And then Cops made a dive up into Cops, make it stick, for now anyway. But he's hanging on to this outer line. Don't know what sort of accent that was. As he comes through Maggots, he held the line actually this time around. So I'm stuck behind him, seeing if I can make a bit of a dive anywhere, but I don't seem to be able to. As we come down the hangar straight, I'm looking to see if I can make a move in the final corners, because there isn't much of a braking zone through the last corner, or anything, is there? So make a move up into Cops. There was no contact there whatsoever. Somehow there wasn't. It was very close. I wanted the inside line there actually. I'll just cut away from that, but I couldn't get it as he tries to get it. I hold the outside line, get a good line through this penultimate corner. Coming through the final corner now, get a tad bit of oversteer, have to lift off the brakes a bit as we come towards the line, and oh, we're already across the line. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. If you look at it, let's go on board with the Surf here. So, bear with me a bit. Just gotta wait for it to load. There we go. So coming down towards Stowe here, I made the dive up the inside. It's not actually that close, as it turns out. It's just a replay camera angle here. I wanted the inside line here, but since the Surf were really trying to get it, I thought I might as well not try it, or it'll end in a big pile up. It'll probably end up me having to give the position back to him. So coming towards the final corner, he's got a better line on me, and that's not the line, that's the line. Yeah, let's see just how close that was, shall we? Oh, that was a nice little. Yeah, that's quite close. If you look at things, it looks like the surf's going to win, as the front of his nose is ahead of the front of my nose. But guess who did win? Yeah, I won by 0.004 of a second. That's a new personal best for us two. Whenever I win these, whenever there are these close finishes, I always seem to win them. So yeah, that was actually a really good race. I was surprised at just how good that race was with these pickups. I know it's really good, but not this good. So after that rather close finish, here's the proof of the pudding. Oh, you probably can't see that, but it does say 0.004. Apparently I got fastest lap as well, so that's all good. Next race somewhere else. Oh, Cape Ring. Yeah, that's it. So heading to the Cape Ring, we've got a 3-man room now. Got another SUV pickup-esque thing, Dodge Ram, which in this game isn't actually a Dodge Ram, it's just a Ram. So yeah, we're in the same cars as before, so this makes a lovely little line up the inside there, gets forced a bit wide there, forced vaguely off the track, so he has to lift off a bit. As we go in line astern through that corner, I'm trying to make a brave move around the outside. I get kind of pushed off the track again by this guy, who seems to be following the racing line to the word for word, basically. As I give him a bit of a nudge coming through this corner, he kind of changes his line in the braking zone. I get pushed off the track again by this guy. It wasn't exactly clean, this race. Not quite as good as last race. So you fly through here, I made up so much time on him just there. Look and see if I can make a little bit of a dive somewhere. Coming through this corner, I've managed to get a good run on him. He's going to try and cut me off, but no, I cut him off a bit. So, being the chivalrous man I am, if the position as the surf hits the pit wall on the entrance to the other pit lane. Don't think he meant to do that, but either way he did. So that was funny. Give him a bit of a toot on the way past. So it's good. He gets a bit of a slide on in the Ram. The surf's trying to make a capitalize on it from me, and he has. That was a very good move from the outside. I did have to lift off a bit so he could get through. Otherwise, I'd have probably pit maneuvered him, as he's trying to hold around the outside with his little skidders. With that, as he comes through the fast flowing corner, heading up towards the jump. We both managed to take a jump kind of well, and then we both pile into the Ram, but no harm was done with it. Not at all. Nah, of course not. So I get a good run on him through the circle. He's gone a bit wide. This car gripped the road like a dog to a postman's leg. Yeah, that one actually worked. But not the back end of this car. No, it really didn't. As the surf gets a bit of a sliding, yeah, that makes sense. A bit slidey through there. It's coming through onto the final corner. I did kind of cut across him a bit there. Left the door open just because I did think I cut across him a bit much there, but I didn't, so it was kind of good. It's fine. To come on to the final lap, I'm taking this line. I made a dive up the inside there. It's a good little move. I remember a day where I never would have made a dive up the inside. Now I'm making dives everywhere. So it's all good. As the surf is right behind me. The Ram, where is the Ram actually? The Ram's a long way back. So it gets a bit sideways, like really sideways. through that corner. He has to do a J-turn, and it's failed. And we all saw that. You can't get away with that. Tried to do a J-turn and failed. Managed to make it an O-turn. Yeah. So the ram gets a bit wrong coming through this corner. Let's seeing if he can capitalise on it. Come around this fast corner, the one where I made up so much time on ram, and so is the surf. The surf's trying to make a move around the outside. That's a ballsy move, but it scares the ram off the track, so that's all good for the surf. I did slow down a bit just so that I can catch up, because I don't like running away with it at the front. Bit boring. So the surf gets a bit wrong to my. It's a bit close to my bumper. Gets in the dirt. As he has to lift off and slide wide. Just on board with the ram here. Coming around the inside section of the track. He gets it a bit wrong. Like, how do you get it that wrong, that corner? I don't understand how that works. I was trying to do some drifting at this point. Because why not? If you come around onto the jump bit, onto the circle, he gets it very wrong there. As we fly over the jump, these pickup trucks got very good height on them. I mean, seriously good height. It was amazing. I was running the wide line. Letting it be a bit closer than it would have been otherwise. As we come around the circle, I just enjoy close racing. That's why I do that. So yeah, if you've got a problem with it, meh, I don't see why you would. The surf gets almighty airtime as he breaks up the inside for the penultimate corner. I've still got the inside line for this one though, so I can hold it as we race towards the line. Don't know how my car accelerates so well, but we did as we come across the line. And that was another pretty close race. It wasn't by much. It was a fairly decent gap. 0.078, yeah, that was moderately decent gap. So I ain't saying that was close or anything. But I mean, it wasn't too bad, was it? I mean, if you just cut to the chase, it was this one, I believe. Should be this one. Yeah, it should be. The gap wasn't half as close as 0.004. It was about a truck's length behind, but still, it was pretty damn close. So these trucks are proving to be good. We'll probably have some more ratings one day. Didn't win, but pretty well, I'll want to anyway. And the final race for today is at Suzuka without trucks, actually. Yeah. So here we are at Suzuka. I'm in my Ferrari 330 P4. Yeah, the 20 million credit one. There's a Furai ahead, there's Camaro, which the Surf has, and there's a Supra, and of course the Caterham. I'm seeing if I make a move up the outside of the Caterham. I decided best not to. So we come through the first corner and the Furai gets a bit wrong. We're dumped on board with the Supra here. I'm seeing if I can make a move on him somewhere. This car was very good for the corners. That's what I can say. The Surf gets it very wrong on the outside there. So the Supra gets a bit of a twitch going. Me also gets it a bit wrong there, as I can get past now. Now we're heading up towards the last of the S's. I've pretty much caught up to the Caterham. Well, I haven't really, there's still quite a distance between, but it's not too bad. So you come on to Degner 1, come through Degner 2 now. Yep, Caterham gets it very wrong. Now I'm going to take the lead in my beautiful looking car. But no, I get it a bit wrong coming onto the hairpin, run a bit wide, and then I just kind of get out of the way of the Caterham, pile off the track. It's all good. So now the Furai and the Camaro can catch up with me. Furai's got a good run on me, but gives me a bit of a nudge coming off there. I think I might have turned in on him slightly, but either way, it looked like, from my perspective, he turned away from the corner into my car. But I don't know, maybe that was just how the racing line went. Yeah. Wasn't exactly clean sort of racers, this guy, but occasionally, yeah, the odd clean bit. Let's see if we can make a move around the outside at 130 yard, but that ain't never gonna work. Not even on Caterham. Ever. Caterham was holding its own, mind you, through these, as we come into the Casino Triangle on the circuits, it very wrong, and takes out BSA. Yeah, BSA was back as well, by the way. So I just capitalise on the Surf's punishment. And then he goes and plants BSA in a wall twice. And also manages to spin out a super in the middle. What can I say? Calamitous the Surf. No, the Surf was having quite the apocalyptic end of the first lap here. I don't know why I did that. I was off. The Furai was off into the distance. I was just off the track. Camaro, the Surf, did actually get Caterham at last. After 2 failed attempts, he managed to get him. So the Caterham just gave up at this point. Yeah, he sometimes do. I know he does give up at some point. This has nitrous, GT. No, no, I ain't bothered about having nitrous or anything, because I always used to have nitrous, so I ain't care. Hashtag ain't care. No, I'm not doing that. I got it a bit wrong through Degner too. Somehow I managed to catch up with the Furai. I think he got it a bit wrong somewhere, but I don't know how I managed to catch up. I don't know. I love to catch up anyway, so it's fine. Jumping on board with me. It's a very lovely car, this. I do like it. I do love this car. I think it's a worthwhile 20 million credits, as I get it very wrong coming through that. I don't know what it was, I just couldn't steer in that one corner. Travel through the spoon. Get it nice and good. Nice and good, yeah. Yeah. This car just grips the road, like, well, it grips the road a bit better than the trucks, let's just say. No, it's so good. Corners at high speed, no problem. Corners at low speeds, still no problem. Yeah. Going through Casino Triangle, and the Furai hit the ball hard on the inside. And that was solid as a rock. And so the Surf and I can just get through. He did do a good job of staying out of the way though, so that was fine. And he tried to get the Surf. If it was the other line, I think he might have just got him. Because if you look at it, come across this line, he's a bit farther back. But if you come across the line of the other tracks, which is roughly there, he would have been taken. Not by much, but he would have been. Shall we see the bollard again? Yeah. So Furai here. I do like the Furai. I should really get one. No. Coming through the Casino Triangle, it looks like he's going to take an easy lead. Hits the bollard wasn't there because it was already broken on the replay, but still. And did a good job of staying out the way though, so fair play to you. But yeah, I had to dive out the way, as we can see from the Surf's replay. Okay, maybe not. Just see from my replay, suddenly car stopped. I was like, whoa! I'm surprised I actually managed to avoid that, and then the Surf almost takes me out in the rear end. So that would have been an interesting finish if he had. It'd be like a 3-way photo finish. I don't know how big the gap was between the Surf and OH in the Furai. It was 0.072. Yeah. So that was pretty close, wasn't it? The Surf also managed to get past this lap on that last lap. A bit better than the lap before, wasn't it? We managed to completely fail it. Who got the fastest final sector then? I don't know, it must have been Hunji in the Supra. Must have been. Yeah, as you can tell. I don't know what it was, but my car just didn't... Like, I was lacking pace on that lap. 59 on the first sector, that was because I fell off. 45 in the second, actually I fell off in the second sector too, didn't I? And then 22.8 in the third, so that's more like it. So yeah, yeah, distance from next car. There we go, yeah, .072. So that was pretty handy. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you all enjoyed it, there's some good track racing there. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.